The achievement gap, according to the Glossary of Education Reform, is when there is a consistent variance between different groups of students' academic standing. One of the main causes of the achievement gap, according to Edelman, is that children of color and low SES are having an injustice by being denied access to quality teachers and materials. Another main cause of the achievement gap is a negative school culture. An example of this is in the article by Anyon in 1980 in regards to the working class school and how the teacher responded to the children, frequently requesting that they be quiet. This sort of behavior is not positive for a learning environment, and in my opinion would make the children feel inferior or rebel. It is relevant to my personal situation because as a future educator, I want to be able to help my students receive the best education possible. My proposed solution for closing the achievement gap would be through a high-quality early education program. Only 38% of 3-year-olds are currently enrolled in education programs, and I believe that it is important to bridge the gap early on and provide as many services as possible in the beginning stages of schooling. It is a lot more affordable, and it is a lot easier than going back and attempting to fix the gap once they are already behind. I believe this proposal is more proactive versus being reactive, which is one of the main reasons I believe it will help bridge. The first resource needed to implement an early intervention program would be funds. There are stipends and grants that are available, they just have to be asked for. The second resource necessary would be a person who's highly qualified to write those letters to request the funds. And lastly, the need for this implementation would be highly qualified teachers with a minimum of a bachelor's degree who are passionate and eager to help bridge the achievement gap through early education. Another key to success is small class sizes. And lastly, parent training and ensuring that children are receiving appropriate health screening, such as vision, nutrition, hearing, and immunizations. The main obstacle that may be faced would be funding. If an appropriate proposal is drawn up and presented, then people would gladly fund the programs. Another obstacle would be the parent training. In my experiences, many parents are against parent education and believe the way to raise a child is through families' past experiences. In an early childhood education program, problems that may arise later on can be addressed before they are so large that it's more difficult to find a solution. There will be more information and history on record of the children. That can make education more individually based. My program would introduce children to the language needed later on, as well as hands-on experiences that will be beneficial once school-aged. Early exposure to the vocabulary used in later exams would decrease the likelihood of them not understanding the question. Early intervention and education is important in my community because there's only one program who provides services to this age range, and it is solely for speech. Our community would benefit from a district-wide preschool that allowed the children the experience and exposure to a school setting minus the rigorous testing. Teachers of this program can help to better ensure the children will be prepared for kindergarten and be able to catch any early on problems. Thank you.
Hey, Mom, I have some